This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Bee Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at beepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to this show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply. Good morning, my friends. I am Candice Noss, a physical therapist, a life coach, a lifelong Christian, a mother of 6, and I created my business, the Mind, Body, Spirit Trifecta, where I liberate, enlighten, and empower others to elevate their mind, body, and spirit and own their divine greatness. Today is Thursday, what I like to call Thankful Thursday. What are you feeling grateful for today? On this Thankful Thursday, my thoughts keep returning to grace. I am so thankful for the active power of grace in my life, and I would challenge us all to live more fully in grace. I was listening to a book on Audible called Feel Free to Prosper by Marilyn Jeanette. She speaks of the universal law of cause and effect. You reap what you sow, karma. Then she said something which resonated powerfully with me. She said that the only thing that can keep us from the consequences of our poor decisions and suffering the repercussions of our negative actions is the law of grace. It's all about grace. The grace we show to others is the magical power that allows us to truly forgive and to be forgiven, landing solely in a place of love, where we say, I love you anyway. That is where we can operate in grace. Grace is the secret weapon. My cute hubby got me tickets to see Les Miserables. Oh, how I love this play. Now, despite my familiarity with this story, as I watched it this time, the theme of grace profoundly struck a new chord with me. As I watched the plot play out, I recognized that grace was the powerful catalyst for incredible and lasting change in the lives of multiple characters in the story. It got me thinking about my own life and the times when I've had the biggest changes of heart. Grace was truly the impetus for this huge change of heart. Knowing that I was loved, even in my messiness, that allowed me to change and to shift. Now, law, justice, and punishment, they for sure have their place, but ultimately, if lasting change of character is the goal, grace is the secret weapon. How does grace show up in your life? Can you think back to your biggest changes of heart? Did grace play a part in it? How do you show grace to yourself, and how do you show grace to others? Grace is the product of unconditional love and acceptance. Grace offers kindness and mercy, even when it's not deserved. As Brad Wilcox says, we can't earn our way to heaven, but through grace, we can learn our way to heaven. Grace allows for the learning process incumbent with growth to take place. Regardless of the frequency or severity of offenses, grace allows us to keep moving forward. Grace permits the messiness of our humanity and loves us anyway. Because of grace, we have the liberty to choose the wrong again and again and again, and we will keep choosing wrong until we have the knowledge, life experience, understanding, and ability to choose the right. Grace is what allows us this learning process. Grace is critical to the cleansing and enabling power of the atonement. Grace is the vital piece required to help us put off the natural man and land in a genuine place of forgiveness for ourselves and for others. Grace is powerful. When our knee-jerk reaction is to ask, well, what is deserved? Grace asks, well, what is needed? Grace says, I am awesome and I am a mess and I love me anyway. It says, you're amazing and sometimes you get it wrong and I love you anyway. It's that last part, the I love you anyway piece, that allows us to get up every time we fall and keep putting one foot in front of the other. I am so thankful for the transformational changes made possible through grace in my life and in the lives of those that I love. Have you intentionally granted grace to yourself lately? Have you intentionally granted grace to others lately? When was the last time you felt the grace of God in play in your life? If you desire to be inspired by the transformational quality of grace, go watch Les Miserables. Find ways to grant others more grace and access it for yourself in a greater capacity. I am so thankful for the power of grace. Now you get out there and tear it up. And remember, you are designed for greatness. Thank you for joining me today and for being part of my journey. I truly am thankful for you. If you'd like more from me, join my Thankful Thursday email. Listen to and subscribe to my podcast. It's called Designed for Greatness with Candice Noss. And whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at bpodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message about grace today? Please share it with them right now.